What are these streets saying about Bill Belichick and his future in New England?
Well, everybody's watching these streets.
Was that an inappropriate use of that? Did I get that wrong? I tried.
It was cool. People get it, though. People get it.
I tried.
In these streets, big head.
Right. Doing my best. Anyway, if I may, do we think Bill Belichick is...
So
I ruined it. Go ahead, sorry.
These streets are talking, Greeny. But I think the debate is whether if it's this week. I think most people think that the end is near, which we can all surmise. So is he coaching for his job? Maybe not this week. But if these losses keep piling up, the questions keep being raised to Bill himself and then also within that organization. I do think the fact that we are talking about the end of Bill, like to your point, Lou, Bill didn't forget how to coach. But that to me is it's almost like a slap in the face for what the man has done. Like we're so quick to move on. Even in Pittsburgh, you hear chatters about Mike Tomlin and fans are frustrated. Do you understand how quickly those coaches would get snatched up if they actually were fired? Like Bill will get another job if it's not. You don't think? Why are you?
No. I'm with you. Everything you're saying, but no one in this league has ever gotten paid for what they have done. You get paid for what you are going to do. And it's hard to imagine.
I think there's a way to also do that.
You know that's not true.
It is absolutely true.
No one has gotten paid for what they have done?
You get paid because they believe that you can do it again.
In theory, it's supposed to be that way with coaches and players. But we know people get paid based off of their history because
look at the Raiders in general. Look at all the good coaches the Raiders
arguing that other people will snap them up does not mean that they're right for the situation that they're in.
That's true.
No, that's fair.
I think that
I think a lot of
more than earned the ability to stay for longer than an average coach has.
Right.
But it's been 5 years, and they've been struggling.
That's true,
I think
too.
it's reasonable to ask these questions.
Yeah.
So the question, especially people in the league, they understand, would another coach be allowed to hold on to their job this long? But Bill's not like other coaches.
Right.
That's where I feel
if another coach had won 6 Super Bowls, it would be a different conversation. Right. But the question does remain, if they are in for a full rebuild in New England, which is the way it feels, is a 71-year-old coach the person you want doing that? That's a reasonable question.
It's a very reasonable. From a coaching perspective, I think he would still be the guy. I'm with Lewis, and I've been saying this for months as well. I think you have to take that general manager position from. He has to have help from the outside. I don't think they've drafted a Pro Bowl play other than a long snapper and a kicker in a number of it has gotten to where when you show up, your roster. And here's the deal. The difference between coaches, if your rosters are similar, the coaching really makes up the difference. If they are not, it doesn't make, you can coach yourself, to death. You're not going to win because the Jimmies and Joes matter, right? That's where from the Patriots fans and the Patriot ownership, when you watch your guys walk out, you go, we ain't winning this one.
Yep. It's worth a reminder. He is, I believe it's 28 wins shy of the all-time coaching wins record of Don Shula. And that factors into this. One would assume that's important to him. Why wouldn't it be? So if it is the end in New England, then maybe there will be a new beginning somewhere else.
Let me tell you 2 things. Go back and rewind and listen to that again. Impose your will and put all your weight on him. That means Superman. Because you received it. That's how we do it. You got to love that, Kevin James. That's what I'm talking about. Receive it. That's what they get. I love it. And we'll disrespect the man. We ain't scared. We're grimy, and we like it. Hey, first pancake, little shout out to all of our vets. Army, Jackson, Flipowicz. Come on out, get him, run him, finish him. And listen, that's the road. You see how he kind of drug over when he was done? Yeah, he will watch it. Go forward. Look at this. I liking it. Just liking it. My man from Army setting the tone. One pancake. That's the way to start our day. We got to get it. I'm not sure why a linebacker's wearing 16. You got to bulk up. Hit the gym, my man. Let's put this thing together. You got to love it. God bless you guys. We appreciate all you do. Number two, Dak Frazier coming out. I want you to watch this play right here. Go finish him, take him. No. Oh, yeah. You know what he did? He scored with his man. That's what that's called. You get him, you take him, drive him all the way through. Don't let him try to get off your feet. Let me go. No, dog. I'm going to let you go when I dump you because you received it in the end zone. Score with your man. Get that thing in. I got to love it. 54, you got handled, dog. And he knew it. Guess what? That's getting highlighted in the film room. Both teams. Okay. Got to love it. That's 2.
Okay.
Finally, we're going Tevin Jenkins. Yeah. This is it. This is how you finish it. Watch him take him, run him. Oh, my word. Let me tell you what 93's thinking. Let me go. Nope, can't do it. He knew it. Everybody knew it. He got him, re-rolled him. And listen, that's what you call imposing your will. That's what you call laying on the man and showing him what's up. My man Tevin Jenkins showing people what this thing is like in the O-line room. There's nothing there. There is nothing. We are grimy, and I'm here for it.
Lewis, were you ever on the wrong side of that?
I have.
Had to receive it.
You know what? Though, it bothers me a little bit how happy he is about all this. And what? Can you just tell me? Can you just show me like what that part, the leg kick part?
That's what you put them on. Once they get it, hey, that's how you gotta feel it. That's what my man did.
And why do you think the defender's sitting there going, let me go? No, actually you're saying a couple other things other than that. You're almost like, oh shit.
I made for TV. That's what we got.
Look, the Eagles get the win, and then that's where it all stands. We've loved San Francisco. Seattle has been up and down. Detroit also got worked when they went to Baltimore earlier this season.
Sure.
Are the Cowboys, in your mind, the biggest threat to the Eagles in the NFC?
Yeah, I think if you look at how they played over, let's just say the past 3 weeks, yeah, there's no question. They have the firepower to be able to match this football team on any given Sunday and go ahead and be the representative for the NFC in the Super Bowl. I wholeheartedly believe that. I think one of the keys for this team, look, we talk about Dak, and I understand it, especially I understand it coming off of last year, how he played in the playoffs. But if you look at this game against Philadelphia, I understand Terrence Steele, you're going to have to figure out what they're going to do as far as helping him in pass protection, especially late in games when teams try to close it out. But look at the rest of this offensive line and look how they're playing. Have you seen how Tyron Smith is playing right now?
Yeah.
Did you see what Tyron Smith was doing to their pass rushers against Philadelphia?
Yes.
He was shutting them down. If this offensive line can stay intact, guys like Jalen Tolbert, who you see on your screen, can continue to gain Dak's trust. So he has someone else to go to other than CD. They can keep moving CD around. Tony Pollard stays healthy. Micah and the defense are going to be there. They're playing championship caliber defense. Dallas is fine. Dallas is fine right now. They just need to keep developing on what they have started to build over the past 3 weeks.
Can I ask you a question on behalf of my colleague, Mr. Saturday? Because he and I had this going last week in particular. The one thing the Cowboys do not have is the ability to play smash mouth offense, and that frustrates us. And it felt like there was an opportunity there. Derrick Henry might have been out there for the taking. As someone who knows team building and is going to be a general manager someday, like, they won't do it. Teams just won't do it. They value these draft picks so much. Tell me how it made sense that the Cowboys do not have a power running back.
No, I saw some of the discussion about that. And if you remember, going back to before the season started, I said, look, Dallas is one of those teams. Remember when Dalvin Cook was on the market, before he went to the Jets, I said Dalvin Cook and Tony Pollard together, although they're kind of similar in terms of being that one-cut zone running, slashing style back, that would be better than just having one of them.
That's right.
Have two of them. So I definitely agree. Look, Derrick Henry is the ultimate, compliment to what Tony Pollard brings. So if you could get him, of course, then all of a sudden now they're like right neck and neck with Philly, no question.
Yeah. But to Lewis's point, if you could get him, the Cowboys didn't even make the call. Not saying the Titans would have given Derrick Henry to anyone.
Right.
But Dallas didn't even pick up the phone to ask.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
and that is the problem when you look at them, because what is different about this offense? What's different about the roster? There isn't, when I look at it, they have the talent, but there isn't that next thing that makes you say, okay, now they have upgraded and there's no doubt.
When you look around the NFC, you see what the Eagles have built. They've built something that it feels like there are no major holes. You see what the 49ers did last year. They went and got Christian McCaffrey. You see what the Cowboys did a few years back when they went and got Amari Cooper. I do kind of feel like I'm never one who advocates for like the splashy move, but the Cowboys could have used something. It feels like they need a little something to add to this recipe.
Here's the difference when you think about Philadelphia's run game is they have a quarterback that they're willing to run. Dak is not that guy. So you have to get a two-back system that will ultimately help. And for situations like the closeout, they're bad in the red zone. They're like 29. They were first last year, right? So why does that matter? Because when you're in the red zone, you got to bring your own blockers. Guy like Derrick Henry can go run through tackles. It makes a difference. It helps guys like Terrence Steele, who gave up 12 pressures, I think, against the Eagles alone. Because now all of a sudden you can tee off on guys. It's not I have to be in a back pedal all day. There has to be something that you can go to and lean on if you're Mike McCarthy. Physicality, I thought, was going to be the answer. Now they're going to have to figure out different ways to do it.
A coach put it to us this way. As a matter of fact, it was Jimbo Fisher. I was down at Texas A&M talking to him about, and he said, look, college football has become more and more competitive, especially now with the transfer portal, how you can improve your team from one year to next just like that. He called it finding the inches, that it's even more important now because of how it's almost a little bit like the NFL in terms of how teams can, like, you can improve your football team at the drop of a hat with one guy. Dallas, I think you always have to be willing to go ahead and try and find that extra inch that will put you just a notch above your competitor. Philly has shown we'll make whatever move we need to make sure that we're staying a step ahead. San Francisco did it, now with acquiring more pass rush, with Chase Young. Dallas, don't just sit there now.
Yeah.
You're good, but don't just sit there.
They sat there.
Yeah.
They literally sat there.
And the ultimate irony, they spent all summer talking about how they didn't want to put it all on Dak. It's more on Dak than ever, right? I mean, they can't run the ball. If he doesn't play great, they have no chance.
Yeah, that was when Jerry said, he was like, if Dak plays like this. Right. Well, let me tell you something. When you go play defenses 3-4 weeks in a row in the playoffs, which you're going to have to, that's fatiguing for a quarterback as well. Why does listen, go look at the Chiefs. In the playoffs, go look and see if they run the ball more. Guess what? They do. Why? Because as good as Mahomes is, they got to take some pressure off at some point.